introduction. Uh, I am Ratnesh, and me and my wife Aditi, we started, I wouldn't say working with children, I would say being with children in around year 99, 2000. So it's been a very interesting 25, 26 years. And what we found as we started being with children for considerable time in a day is that most of the time the children don't really need anything. They don't need teachers, they don't need subjects, they don't need anything. Initially, we thought we will design activities for them, but they didn't need our design. They need resources, which also they are very creative to figure out how to use what resource to use where, and they can pretty much construct and create their learning from various resources available. And with internet, the resources are super wide. So that's what we learned in the first 3, 4, 5 years of our working with children. And so we were not from an education background. We are still not from an education background in that sense, in the sense of the classical having degrees and all. None of us have anything to do with education in terms of degrees, but we have loads and loads and loads of observations. We would have at least worked with 15 to 20,000 kids. So we have lots of experience of actually observing children. So anyway, 2008, we started Aarohi simply because we felt that there isn't a space, at least we didn't find a space in our country. In fact, there aren't many spaces even abroad, which just offer the child a space to do and learn what they want to do and learn, not what we tell them to do and learn. How we tell them, no, 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 nothing. No need of any teaching, no need of any subjects, no need of anything actually. They just do, they learn, they reflect back on what they learn, and so on. So that's how the cycle goes. And so let me quickly share a little more about what this works, how this works in Aarohi. So 2008 is when we started Aarohi. And yeah, and since then, initially we were in Bangalore, and then we shifted to this campus, which was donated by one of the child's um, grandfather. Uh, before I start, I also want to quickly share about my two children. Uh, we have two children. My daughter is now 26. My son is 20. So both have like grown out of Aarohi some years back, and both of them have literally not gone to school. They've not given any 10th, 12th. They've not gone to any college whatsoever. They have no certificates. They have no degrees. The only thing they have is driving license. And that's pretty much that they have. And that license enables them to drive themselves. As in their life, they're thinking, they're working, and they're both professionals in their respective fields. And there are many more children of Aarohi. So we have had the fortune of not just doing this with our children, but with so many other children who have been part of Aarohi over these since 2008. So that's about 15, 17 almost years of Aarohi. Uh, and it's been a great, wonderful, fun journey for us, and we continue doing that at this campus of ours. Uh, so yeah, that's like a brief introduction to my own children and a little bit about myself. Um, yeah, so let's jump on. Let's jump on to what we have as the agenda. Um, so I want to start by saying, hey, see, we have nothing against curriculum-based education. That's one way of education, and that's absolutely fine. If parents like it, great. Um, if the children like it, great. If some children thrive in that, superb, amazing, no issues with that. But what if the parent does not like the education system, like some of you mentioned? And the other side of it is, hey, what if the child does not like the curriculum-based education where something is given? So it's not just the exam, it's also the fact that, okay, I have to study this, this, and this. Why? Why not study whatever? Or why not explore? I would not even use the word study. Why not explore whatever I want to explore? Yeah. And one can also learn a lot of different things based on what am I doing, based on the context of what I'm doing. Which is why we say that in a way, when we finish our so-called degree education and all that, which most of us probably have gone through, including me, we actually start what we call as child-based education. Yeah, where all of our rest of the life. So let's assume we finish our education by age of 25. So 25 onwards, whatever we learn, we decide, isn't it? Each one of us is right now deciding what is it that we want to learn, explore, do, where do we want to upskill, where do we want to do little, where do we want to do more. So we are all deciding. So if we consider ourselves as children of 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, we are doing child-based learning as adults. Then why can't we do that as children? That's the simple question. But before we get on to why can't we do it or what is child-based education really, let me first ask you. So, or rather, let's co-create. Hey, what if you were to think of something which is totally based on this particular child, not based on many children or but based on this particular child. So each child education is designed as per that child, then what would be part of all that? So I want your inputs. What are you thinking? What could be child-based education? It's not even child-centric, it's child-based. The child is deciding education for you. So you can share in chat. You can share in on the voice, and let's see what the where the group is. Yeah, any thought that is coming to your mind that this has to be an ingredient of child-based education.
So I think, Ratnesh, that will be the most ideal form of education. But the
Yeah, but
problem
what
is
would be
that
the ingredients? Wait. No, we are not talking about problems right now. We're just saying
Creativity.
if we are thinking about child-based education, what ingredients we will put into it?
first
Yeah, please
Ingredients.
go
ingredient,
ahead.
Creative. Being creative.
Being creative. Okay. Okay. More
Free
thoughts?
play. Free mind.
Sorry?
There's a free
Your
play.
voice. Free?
Free play.
Free play. Okay. Free play.
Unstructured, or you can say unstructured play.
Okay. Unstructured.
How about
Mhm.
curiosity?
Okay.
Yeah.
Curiosity. Yeah.
Working with your hands, like
Working with hands.
Team play.
Pardon?
Team player. Team play.
Team play. Okay. Team play. Free play. Okay. What else is coming in
Learning,
different people?
learning from
Mm-hmm.
nature.
Okay. Learning from nature. Okay. So we are thinking about what would be the ingredients of child-based, or rather, what ingredients we would like to put if we were to create a child-based education system.
knowing
so I
yourself,
feel
knowing yourself.
Confidence.
Okay. Okay, but will confidence be a result of it or an
A result.
ingredient of it?
Result. It would be a result.
Yeah. Okay. So right
Well
now we're
said.
not
Yep.
talking about what are the benefits of it. We're just saying what would be the ingredients of it.
understanding the child's strength and weaknesses.
Okay. Strengths. Okay. Mm-hmm. More thoughts? What would you
For
like to put
detailing.
on?
I for
Sorry?
detailing. I for detailing.
Okay. More people, there are a lot of people. Whatever thought is coming to you, what do you think is would be if you were to think of child-based education, what will you put in it?
Um,
Or
I would want something like a survival skills, which I feel is
Survival.
missing in the contemporary education.
Fair enough. Survival skills. Okay.
I would also add on functional skills.
Functional skills. Okay.
also understanding how the society is evolving, so that our child
Okay.
remains relevant to the evolving society with time.
Okay. How society is evolving. Okay.
Self-reflection or regulation,
Mhm.
emotional regulation.
Self-reflection, regulation, emotional. Okay. Okay, there are a couple of, I think, comments in the chat. Options to choose, I think Soumya is saying. Sorry, I didn't see the chat till now. Apologies. Options to choose, and Bhavika is saying fun. Okay. Anything else coming to anybody's mind? Preeti, you want to add something? Anybody else wants to add something?
Patience.
The patience of whose?
Children should be patient enough. Should know
Children
how
should be
to
patient. Okay.
patient. Yeah, should patient enough. Should be able to be in the queue, wait time, social awareness,
Mhm.
social.
Okay,
Whether
let's
we could
put that.
say,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, social awareness. Fine. Maybe it will come under functional skills or survival skills. Okay, fair enough.
Ratnesh Bhavika has written on exploration, discovery, agency, initiative,
Okay, yeah,
collaborative,
explore. Okay, I will just
archaeology.
copy paste all of that. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a nice list. Okay, okay. I think this itself is an interesting list. Um, Yeah, so few thoughts I want to share before we jump on to what we do is that so the first and the core thought of child-based education, the child designs his or her education. It's the child who decides what is it that I want to explore. So it's purely driven by the child's interest, whatever he or she is attracted towards. And typically, especially in younger age, it can be many things. And as they grow older into teenage years or older teenage years, they may focus on one or two domains like that. But that's at the core of child-based education. The child is deciding what is it that I want to explore and put my energy on. Yeah. So it's coming from the child, absolutely. And then, as you have said, it's creative, it's curiosity driven. Yeah, it's working with hands and working with each other. I'm not so sure I would like to call it unstructured because actually child-based education is very structured, just that it's structured by the child, right? It's not unstructured to the to like I'm just randomly running haywire. No, but it's structured by the child rather than being structured by somebody else, an adult or a curriculum or something else. Yeah. And yes, there is a lot of focus on knowing oneself. um, yeah, and maybe when you say strength, weakness, you're more indicating to what I'm attracted towards and what I'm not attracted towards. Obviously, it values whatever you're attracted towards, what are your key strengths, and hence works on your key strengths. If you like to run, then it values running. If you like to fly kites, then it values flying kites. If you like to write poetry, then that's what it values. If you like to uh, let's say cook, then that's what it values, right? So it values literally anything that is as a strength available or manifested by the child. Yeah. Yeah, or survival skills, functional skills come automatically because the child is living in this real world, deciding every single day what I want to do, then how I want to do, with whom I want to do, how much I want to do. So all these so-called skills, functional skills, survival skills, skills become automatically a core of it's coming from the child. It's an inside out. And if the child is upset, then being upset is the curriculum today. If the child is uh, if the child is wanting to bake a cake for everybody and is rallying around everybody, then connecting with everybody is the curriculum today. So it really depends on on what the child is, where the child's energy, including social, including collaboration, and so on and so forth. So I hope you're getting a sense of what is child-based education. Yeah. The way we put it is that, hey, there's something unique. We call it the pot of gold or the magic inside each one of us. And it's all about discovering that. It's for the child to discover. It's not like we have to discover. We just have to create an environment, a space, a community, and an availability of our support, so that the child is able to discover it, develop it, and we can all together nurture it in each other, whatever is that unique pot of gold, as we call it, or sometimes we call it magic inside each one of us. So really, child-based education is all about the magic inside me. It's not about what the world cares for. It's what I, as a child, care for. And it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight that I can find what's the pot of gold or what's my magic. And magic itself can evolve. It can be multifaceted magic, as in I could want to do many things. For example, in my case, my daughter, she's into many things. Even at 26, she does multiple things at the same time. And if I compare her with my son, who is like one thing at a time, and whatever one thing he does that like 7 days a week. So they're two totally diverse individuals in that sense. Yeah. So that's broadly, I hope you're getting a sense of what is child-based education. In a way, we all want it, I would say. We all like doing what we like doing. Why would we want to do what somebody else is telling us to do, even if it doesn't make any sense to us? If it makes sense to us, yeah, we will learn that. If it makes sense to us, as and when it makes sense to us. Yeah. Um, so just to give you an overview, what Aarohi offers. Well, first of all, Aarohi offers a campus where children can stay together and explore themselves and this beautiful world together with the other children, with the other parents, with the Aarohi team, all of that. And it's obviously personalized to each individual child as they evolve. So that's one part that Aarohi offers. The other part that Aarohi offers this same child-based education which you can do at home, and we will support you through different programs. We have one what we call as totally blowing you apart program called Jagriti. It's a short, compact, but very intense program to make you totally enlarge the way you look at the child. It's like 10x. You get 10x views of how you can look at children. And then we have another ongoing support program, which is a deep program. Yeah. So that's broadly what we offer. Let me quickly take you through some of the key aspects of how we look at child-based education at Aarohi. So the first thing, which is at the core of Aarohi, is a personalized learning plan, and it's a dynamic personalized learning plan because it changes sometimes within a day so many times, sometimes over a week, sometimes over a month, over years. So it depends obviously on the age of the child and how often the child wants to keep evolving his or her interest, but it's always as per the child, what the child is wanting to do. Yeah. So that's the core of it, the personalized learning plan, which is primarily made by the child, supported by the parents and supported by the whole Aarohi community, and especially the team Aarohi. Yeah, which is us, the team of facilitators. The second thing is, as soon as we talk about a personalized plan, now if a child has 10 things or 5 things in the plan, now what the game starts is to see how we can create. And again, the child starts this creation of different explorations, different projects, different resources, different people. So we say to the child, you are at the center of the universe. The whole universe is yours. Go ahead, grab what you think fits in with your requirement, and we are there to support you for that, right? So just to give you a quick example, Mishti, when she was around 9 years old, she wanted to write. So we said, okay, let's create something. She likes writing. So we created something called as daily writing, right? We call it SWADs, Serious Writers of Aarohi Daily. So daily a prompt is posted. Whoever's part of that small group of daily writers will write on that prompt. The interesting part is absolutely nobody will comment on what you are writing. Nobody will even do a thumbs up, thumbs down, nothing. No feedback, no nothing. Only thing you're doing is writing every single day, 365 days a year. And Mishti has been now writing for almost 3.5 years every single day. And that's what makes the difference. That's what brings the real growth inside the child, because she wants to write, she likes writing. So that's their energy, plus the growth happens because you're doing it on and on and on and on. That's the kind of rigor that they bring in. So that's the second aspect, which is the matching of different explorations and expeditions based on what the child is looking for. The third thing is the real world. I think some of you mentioned functional skills, life skills, survival skills. Now, actually, it's much, much more than that. It's the real world skills. It's how to live in this beautiful world. So you go out into the world, you interact with the world. So you don't stay cocooned in one space or in one campus. You continuously travel out, meet people, interact with people, learn from people, so on and so forth. It's like an ongoing process. Again, just to give you a quick examples, one such experience is, we call it as jobs at Aarohi. So for example, every year accounts of Aarohi is taken up by one child. So one child is the official accountant of Aarohi, who does everything right till the balance sheet and profit and loss statement is built, and the child is paid for that. And we don't have any official accountant in the campus, so the child learns it. Obviously there are people to guide and mentor, but those people are also not accountants, but we all do it together, especially the child. So um, this whole journey. So for example, the photograph that you say, Advay, when he was 10 years old, he did the accounts for Aarohi. Now he's 13 and he's doing many different things. Yeah. The fourth thing that we do is we consider the self as very important. Somebody else has also said self skills, social skills, emotional skills, all of these. The most important being, how can I lead myself? How can I take my own responsibility? Because we think at the core of it, that's the whole idea. Can I be responsible for myself, my emotions, my actions, my thoughts, my success, my failures, my trials, my tribulations, my challenges, everything. So we give a lot of importance to that and do lots and lots of different things with children, with all of us. Actually, all of us are learning. Yeah. Just to give you a very quick example of how we do it, one of the ways, one of the thousands of ways, is we every single day, at the end of the day, we each one of us shares either a hooray for somebody if somebody did something that we want to appreciate, or we say a nore if somebody did something to us and we did not like it, we upset, angry about it, or we say sorry or sorry if we did something which we think we should say sorry about. So just this little connection with our emotions and the people around, the social connection. So it becomes a beautiful socio-economic tool, socio-emotional tool, sorry, socio-emotional tool, which we use every single day. And imagine if we do that for 365 days, or let's say 4 years, then how is it that we are connected with our own emotions and all that? Yeah. Okay, finally, one of the important things that we do is we have created a space for people to take their passions. When I say people here, I am looking at teenagers, to take their passions and move into professions, which means these teenagers don't go to college, don't necessarily even do 10th and 12th. As I was sharing, my own two children never gave any 10th and 12th. So they just work on their passion by doing actual industry work. They upskill themselves. They find internships. They find networking. They find coaches and mentors, and then slowly they become professionals in their field. And once they are kind of ready to jump into their field, they move away from our. So this is one option. Obviously, the option is still available if somebody wants to give an exam and give a 10th or a 12th and get into college. That journey is available. I'll show that also. So after a few years at Aarohi, a child can go back to school or give a 10th and 12th and go back to college system, or the child can just continue without any school, college, 10th, 12th, nothing. Just do your journey yourself. So that's the other option. The one final quick note, I know we are already at 5:40, is that we work very closely with the parents. Parents work very closely with the child and the whole community. So we call ourselves a community. We are not a school. We do nothing same as any of the schools. So it's a community of parents, children, and our team, and we all work together on a day-to-day basis, helping each other, supporting each other, and seeing that each one of us is able to explore and, dive into whatever we like diving, right? For each and every child. Yeah. So I think that's what for us child-based education is. As I briefly mentioned before, the options are what we directly offer is that the child joins at Aarohi campus. This is typically for 8, 9 years and above, 10, yeah, usually 9, 10 and above, who can stay at the campus. The parents come at the campus whenever they want and stay with us, and we love parents being around. We also offer a very deep program called, very uh, uh, kind of expanding program, which really opens up as parents. We call it unparenting. So we move away from the conventional ways of looking at parenting. We call it Jagriti. That's a intense program which we have been doing since 2002. And we offer an ongoing support called Aarohi Deep. So these are some of the things that we offer. But right now, let me stop sharing. Yeah, and come back to the group and invite more people on mic and video, and we can all have a chit chat. Yeah, it's a nice group today, 16 of us. So maybe normally our timings are 5 to 6, so we can take a little more time. Whoever wants to stay around, we can have more discussions and conversations. So yeah, it's open to questions or whatever you would like to discuss about child-based education, whatever thoughts you have. Totally open. If you want to discuss
Hi, this is
specific about your child, that
Okay.
is also absolutely fine. Yeah, please go ahead. Somebody was sharing.
I think
yeah.
someone
Hi.
was, yeah, please go on. Yeah, I'm
Uh,
so sorry. I'll just after you.
No problem, no problem. This is Sakshi. My kid, she's 4 years old, and I understood there's the program that you talked about, which is more stay at the campus and all. I believe that is when she's a little older. I wanted to understand more about the Jagriti program that you talked about, and for a kid this
Yeah,
small, because I'm not very much convinced with the conventional schooling that is there. The kid
sure.
goes to Montessori at the moment, so. How to take that next step forward?
Okay. So as you very rightly said, I think one step would be the Jagriti program, and also we have the Deep program, which is more like an ongoing support for you, whether the child is going to any school or whether your child is at home, like homeschooling, unschooling, or open learning, any of those, whatever term you use. So either whether your child is going to school or not is not the important thing. If you want to look at child not bound by curriculums, but by what the child's real energy is. And if you need support at home, we are there. We are there to support you. Yeah, how exactly these programs work, the Jagriti program, Deep program, uh, uh, just give us little time. We can create a breakout room, and one of Preeti is here, my colleague. She can talk about these programs and um, in more detail if that is what you are looking for.
Yeah, that should help.
Yeah, we'll just in another 5 minutes open that. Yeah, open the breakout room. Yeah, but meanwhile, let's see if there are any questions about child-based education, whether your child is 4 years or whether you work with many children or whether your child is 14, that doesn't matter. Let's just understand this child-based education a little more. If some of you have some questions, some thoughts.
So, hi, one
Yeah.
question. Okay, go ahead, Sonia.
Yeah, thank you so much. Hi, Mr. Ratnesh. I just had this one question. Now, this is regarding special need, and as I said, that I just was looking to be in touch with you, which couldn't be possible. So I thought that this is the only medium just to ask questions and to have all the queries which I had in mind. So what I'm wondering is
Sure,
that when
sure.
it comes to when it comes to special need, Mr. Ratnesh, so the kids who are autistic, ADHD, dyslexia, Down syndrome, Asperger syndrome, so they need so much of motivation even to be in the setting, in any setting, you say, whether it's outdoor, whether it's indoor. So when we say child-led learning or based learning. So the concept with neurotypical kids who are typical, who is having typical mind like you and me, would be easy for us to just let them move the way they want to move. But when it comes to special needs, so they need so much of motivation, it's so much of prompting, like there is hand to hand holding sometime, and several verbal prompt where you're just kind of telling people one thing again and again several times, and sometimes it is one to one, they sometimes perform in one to one setting, not like in a group setting. So what do you think that the program you are offering would also be helpful for special need kids? When I say special need kids, I mean neurodiverse kids who are autistic, dyslexic,
I
Down
got it. I
syndrome,
got it.
Asperger
Yep,
syndrome.
yep,
Yep.
yep, yep. Yeah. Right. Okay. So first of all, we have a little different way of looking at it. For us, all children are special. While you shared different categories and different terms, but we don't really look at children as this or that. For us, all children are amazing, are beautiful, and if we are listening to them, observing them, and working with them without any envelope that they should become like that, there is no that to become. Each child does not need to become anything. Each child is already an amazing human being, however he or she is. Now, I'm sure, let's say on this video, you can see Ravi, Preeti, Sudha, and Ratnesh, and even between four of us, we'll have very different needs, very different styles, very, very different. We are all four different individuals. So can we just understand, respect, and work with what this child needs? That's it. We are not trying to make the child learn or do things what we want the child to do, but we are allowing the child to do what the child wants to do, how the child wants to do, how whether the child wants to do it or not, and so on. So that's the kind of space that we offer. And if that is what the parents and the child is liking, then they're most welcome. Whether they fall with the various categories that you mentioned, that is irrespective of uh, the choice of being here. So it's more to do with the family, the child, and the parent who would like this kind of space. Which is why what we do is we say to every parent who wants to be part of Aarohi at the campus, come and stay with us for a week, the whole family. Then in that 1 week, you will experience how this place is, how this community is, what is the vibe here, how each one is worked with. And in that, out of that experience, you can decide, do you want to pursue this further, or this does not align with your needs, which is fine, which is absolutely fine. So that is where we are. I hope I've kind of clarified
Yeah.
how we
Thank you.
look at it. And again, we are not result driven. We don't think life is about results. So we are not results driven. We are child driven. If the child wants a particular result, the child is result driven. I am not result driven. I don't want what the child wants. Child should want what he or she wants. If the child wants to make an aeroplane and wants to make it fly for, let's say, 30 meters, then that's child's objective, not my objective. I don't want this aeroplane to neither fly nor crash. I am not even there. I don't even want the paper aeroplane. I want I'm only looking at what he or she is wanting to do. So that is how we work. Yeah. If that, as I said, if that suits a family, you're most welcome. I think this whole distinction between special need and not special need is again very arbitrary. It's more system based. System decides who is non-special, who is special. For us, everybody is just special. So we don't define people by any other term. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thanks for your reflection, Mr. Ratnesh. I was just wondering, like, there are kids who are non-verbal. So when they're non-verbal, so they're non-verbal and they have some learning difficulties. So we need
Sorry.
to,
Can I pause you? Can I pause you? Can I pause you?
yeah.
What I would like is, see, this is a larger group. So keeping in mind, there could be many different needs and wants of this group right now. So I'm not too sure that I want to go deep into it, but I can do a one-to-one with you if
Yeah,
you
that would
have,
be great. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what
that
I'm
would
looking into.
specific to, let's say you have a child A in your mind and you want to talk about that child. Surely. And that this invitation is not just open to you. So this invitation is open to all the parents here. If after this call you want a one-to-one specific to your child, you're most welcome. You're also welcome to come to our campus and have a one-to-one, or you can have it online also. So all that option is available. I'm just saying, given that there's a diverse group, I don't want the discussion only to be limited to a certain specific needs. But what I'm again reiterating, it just does not matter, right? To us, there is nothing like a verbal kid or a non-verbal kid. To me, I'm not looking at these adjectives at all around the child. There's nothing to wrap around the child. We are working with the child, how he wants to be. If he wants to be non-verbal right now, absolutely fine. If he wants to open up, absolutely fine. So again, it's up to the child and obviously the family to decide whether this is something that they think would help them. Yeah, so that's once again reinforcing. So whichever way the child is, that's how we work with the child. Yeah, but more questions to just make the discussion more. And I think we can also maybe open a breakout room specifically for people who are looking not at being part of the Aarohi campus, but more of the support to the parents, the Jagriti program and the Deep program. So you can go into the breakout room. I'll open a breakout room, and um, my colleague Preeti would be there. She would be able to talk about both of these programs. Um, and yeah, and help you understand how these can support. So these are both for parents. We don't online, we don't work with children. With children, we work only at our campus. And yeah, I've opened the room. So Preeti will be there if you're more interested in those two initiatives. But if you generally want to discuss child-based learning, or you want to understand about Aarohi working, how Aarohi campus works and how things works here with respect to your child, you can stay in this room and interact with me. Yeah.
Uh,
And if you need help to
Hello,
go to the
Ratnesh. Can I
breakout
ask a
room, I
question?
can help you. Yeah, sure. But just to allow Ravi first,
Yeah,
he was
thank you.
asking and then he paused for Sonia. So if you are okay, I'll invite
Yeah,
Ravi first and then
yeah,
Sandeep,
yeah,
right?
sure, sure.
Do I remember your name correctly? Yeah.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
Sandeep.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Because the Zoom shows Priyanka, which is your wife's name, I guess. So yeah, Ravi, go ahead, please.
Yes, 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 yes.
And meanwhile, people who want to join Preeti in the breakout room, if you need help, let me know. I will put you in the breakout room, or you can yourself go into the breakout room. Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Ravi.
Yeah, thanks, Ratnesh. So one question I've been thinking about is like when we are young, like we are very impressionable, right? And we are, that judgment power is not so matured, right? About what is right and what is good for us, what is not good in the like longer term. Like there are many influences like social media which have and the internet which may be like a lot of guardrails are needed and also like other aspects like
Sure.
discipline and effort which you need to put to strive to certain
So Ravi,
like
let me ask you a question back. Would you
yeah.
would you want your child to develop all of this? Because let's assume all these capabilities are there in each child, right?
Yeah.
Now, do
Yeah.
you want the child to develop all of these capabilities to discern, capabilities to understand what's going around, what's right and wrong? How can I be self-disciplined? How can I make the decisions which work for me? Would you want it?
Yes, yeah,
That's
definitely.
what we do. That's what we do.
Okay, so
We are not
how
expecting the
so
child to become perfect in a day. In fact, even at 56, I think I will be rated at 50 out of 100 in responsibility and decision making. And I don't think I'm
uh,
better than 50%, right? Or being able to make better, choices and so on and so, or being disciplined. Oh my goodness, I'm quite terrible, right? So what
yeah.
I'm saying is, if we remove the result part and work constantly to make the inner core strong, which is what you're talking about,
Mm.
all these things, ability to decide, to discern, to discipline, to decode the world and oneself and emotions and blah 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 blah. So if I have to do all of this, that means I'm becoming stronger from inside. And that's exactly what we are doing by making the child the leader of herself, of becoming responsible for himself. Only when the child
Hmm.
becomes responsible for himself will he start becoming responsible, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we are not giving him the responsibility of himself, how can we expect him or her to become responsible?
Yeah. No, but
So that's the whole
what we
idea.
have, yeah, I understand. Like, but given a choice to a child, they will not want to do anything, right? Just
No, no,
in
no,
the
no, no,
current
absolutely disagree,
situation.
sir. Sir, absolutely disagree. I have worked with
Okay.
enough children, and I'll say, given a choice, they want to do what they really like doing. Yeah, absolutely. All of them.
Yeah.
100% of them. I have not even seen a single child. I would have worked at least 15 to 20,000 children. I've not
Yeah.
even seen
Yeah.
one child who does not want to do things that he likes doing. If he likes making paper planes, he would like make. There were last week, there were two boys somewhere around 9 or 10, and for 4 hours they were just making paper planes, hundreds of designs, a big bag full of designed paper planes, and just flying them in all different ways, discussing, fighting. What intensity! Amazing. I'm not saying they will get into plane design in the future. No, 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 no. It's not about future. It's about how they can be intensely into what they like doing. And I think that's
Hmm.
innate in all of us. Look at a 1 year old. A 1 year old, if he wants to play with kitchen, bowls and spoons and mugs, he or she will continue to play for it till the time he or she is done with it. Or you take the bowls away, the child will start screaming and crying till you give the bowl back. Right? So
Yeah.
at 1 year old, they are disciplined. It's just that we have some funny definition of discipline, and we want them to subscribe to that definition. So I'm saying my understanding of children is that they are extremely powerful. We have just not recognized their power. We have said, forget your power, do what I'm telling you to do. That's what a curriculum based system does. Again, nothing wrong with it. People who like it, great. But people who want to look at children as powerful beings, capable beings, yeah. So in a way, the Jagriti program that I was talking about, that is a
Yeah.
program which helps you to understand that what amazing powers are there inside our child, whether it's emotional power, whether it's social power, whether it's logical power, whatever, creative power, whatever. All kinds of powers are there, and it is us to first even observe and recognize them, and then help them blossom in their own way. Again, each child will not do it the same way. Each child's journey
Yeah.
will not be the same. Each 7 year old will not be the same. Not that each 56-year-old is same as me. Right? Yeah. Some are much, much, much more so-called matured than me, which is absolutely great, but I'm happy with the way I am. So that's the whole idea. Can we work with that kind of an understanding and acceptance with the child?
Yeah. So, but is there any like, how do you shepherd, or not shepherd is not the right word, but how do you make sure
Yeah.
that the bad influences of the current society are not what is
Oh,
pulling
no,
the
no, no, no,
children
no, no. There are no
towards?
bad influences, Mr. Ravi. Every bad influence is a beautiful opportunity for me to understand this world and understand that badness in me also. Tell me who
Yeah.
is not tempted, who is not greedy, who is not jealous, who is not envious, who is not aggressive. Every one of us is in different ways. The
Yeah.
idea is not to say that the world is outside bad or something. The idea is to understand that world, because the world is a mirror of me and I am the mirror of the world.
Yes.
Right? I have to understand the world to understand myself, and I have to understand myself to understand the world. And that process is an iterative day to day process. If
Hmm.
today I eat your piece of pie, then I know tomorrow you can eat my piece of pie. Right?
Yeah.
It is not that I can believe that okay, nothing wrong will happen to me. I can only do things to others wrong. Right? So that's the beauty of it. That's why I'm inviting you. If you want, please do Jagriti program. We have a batch in November. Oh, it will totally open you up and help you understand how amazing. If there is something that is going wrong, it is so amazing, because that is the curriculum of life. That's why at
Hmm.
Aarohi we call it Aarohi life education. It's the life which is the curriculum. If today two children have a conflict, or let's say a group of children have a conflict, isn't that amazing? Because through that conflict only they can learn how to understand each other, how to resolve
Hmm.
conflicts, how to get into the layers behind emotions, behind behaviors, and understand each other. If there was no conflict, then how will they even understand human relationship, which is such an important subject? We all live with, husbands, wives, children, parents, neighbors, bosses, colleagues, right? Whole day we are surrounded with people, and there is nobody giving us an opportunity to understand human relationships. There's no subject called human relationships,
Hmm.
right? You tell me, is science, you use science more or you use human relationships more on a day-to-day basis? Or emotions more on a day-to-day basis? We hardly use science, as in the concept. I'm saying we will use products
Yeah,
of science. So again, I'm not
yeah,
trying to say science is not good. I'm just saying science is only one thing. There's so many things in life, and we have to embrace the whole life. And the life
yeah,
will only give us that. We don't have to really create anything. I don't have to create a curriculum. Two people will fight. Two people will create a conflict. Take any husband and wife and you have a conflict, right? So conflicts are beautiful. And conflicts are the way to understand each other. So just as an example. So yes, absolutely. That is what is child-based learning, because the child will automatically go through these experiences and will learn. Now, the whole idea is how to uh, build this learning by different processes. Somebody was talking about reflective processes. Beautiful. How can we create reflective processes? How can we create awareness processes? How can we create dialogue processes? How can we create uh, processes where we can break down things into subsequent parts and understand how they relate to each other, and so on. And there can be thousands and thousands of processes.
yeah.
Right. Also inviting others. I am forgetting who else had a question.
I had a question, Sandeep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Sandeep. Yeah. Hi.
Firstly, thank you so much for this beautiful explanation and the information shared. I fully resonate to you with you what you have said so far. So I'll just maybe I was thinking of connecting one to one with you, but I thought let me share. So where we are convinced that the conventional schools are not of any help as of now. So we are pulling out my son who is in class sixth as of now. Now, when we came to know about Aroi, I think few days back only. So we were actively considering, once we're pulling him back, the one option is that through NIUS based education, so that he has got some sheet of paper to show that he is from this class to that class. Second thing is that we put him in some good teacher institute and also go for a dummy school, because we when we talk about homeschooling, both the parents becoming full-time teacher, that is a very probably very difficult things
Yeah,
to
and
think to
but
achieve.
pause, Sandeep. What are you wanting? You want the child to lead, then the parents don't need to be the teacher. Do you think that there is a leader
Mm.
inside your child who can lead himself?
Absolutely.
And if you and even if you think he's not there, would you like that leader to become him to become
Absolutely.
that leader? Then why do you need
Absolutely.
to then you don't need to teach him. Why would you need to teach him? He would teach you more things than you can teach him. Are you ready to learn?
Yes.
The moment we are open to learning, then it's a journey of co-passengers. See,
Mm.
otherwise we are only top down. I am sitting here, I am the knowledgeable, wise, mature, whatever, and you are down there, chota sa bacha. No. It doesn't work like that. When we are co-passengers, we are co-learners, we are co-explorers, we are co-failures, we are co-success people, we are co in everything. We are co-creating our days, weeks, months, our ideas of this beautiful world. And then we are equal, and then it's a lot of fun. I'm not saying you need to come to Aarohi. I mean, you come and stay just to experience Aarohi. You don't have to. Your child is still. You don't have to join. The child doesn't need to join Aarohi at campus. You are at Indore. That's a beautiful city. Your home is a beautiful campus. You are beautiful parents to the child, and there is a whole beautiful universe around him. Loads and loads of amazing people to support him. Now, all you need to say is, "Hey, come on, let's have fun." Right. The moment you're starting about again NIOS, again degrees, again teachers, then I might say you might as well go back to school only. Now, why do all of that? Right? What is more important is first to start creating his own leadership. Then he can decide whether he wants to give an exam or not, isn't it? My daughter at 15 came to us and said, Mama, Papa, why do I need to give 10? I don't see any reason. People are giving for whatever reason, but I, as a person, don't see any reason in my life to give 10. We said, okay, if you don't see a reason, don't give 10. And she's now 26. She has not given any 10th or 12th. And there is no regret because there's no need of it. She has learned what she wanted to learn, has done what she wants to do, and still learning and doing what she continues to learn and do. And there's nothing to stop. In today's world, you can literally learn about anything, about anything. Just yesterday, there was one child in Aarohi who was saying he wants to, what is that? Some engine, ECU, engine control unit. He wants to understand how an ECU works in a car, right? And we said, okay, for that you don't need anything. You can go ahead. All the information that you need to learn about ECU is available, one, in all the internet and books available in this beautiful world. And two, it's available in all the actual cars. Go to a car garage and actually work with how an ECU works. How do you interact with it? How do you change the values in it to make the car more efficient or more powerful or whatever is the need of the car? So actual hands-on work with the car and there is enough information available. If today you type on AI ECU, it will give you 1,000 videos which you won't be able to finish in 1 year, right? So you have enough curriculum available out there, enough people available who are ready to teach you about ECUs. So he's now super excited about learning that because that is what is driving him. Yeah, but one can say, no, 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 you need to become a mechanical engineer or you need to become a computer engineer. That is one way of doing it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But the other route is that you do it by doing, or you create your value by doing in this beautiful world. So you don't need a paper certificate. At least we have so many children in Aarohi who don't have any. We call it they are work certified. If you ask them, show us your work, they have a fat portfolio to show you all the work they have done. And if you like their work, you will give them, let's say, another project or take them as an employee, isn't it? Because they have done actual work. They wouldn't say, I've studied 5 chapters of a book or I've studied 50 books. They will show you actual work because they are work certified. They are not government certified or institute certified. They're work certified.
Yeah,
And
true.
the best part is the industry is very, very happy. Today's industry, I'm not saying government jobs, I'm saying industry is more than happy to have people who are work certified, not necessarily paper certified. The industry has opened up totally. Maybe not every
Thank you.
company.
Thank
I'm
you.
not trying to imply that.
Yeah. This month I am coming to Bangalore, and I'll definitely try to come to Aroi and just to spend few hours there and to meet you if agar
Oh,
aap
no,
hain
no,
to
no, no,
then.
no, 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 no. Please come as a family. Make a program. Come 1 week. Stay with us. We want you to be with us. That few hours we can talk here also. Why spend all the money to come here for few hours? Please, few hours, you don't come for few hours. Come for a week. Stay with us. Think of it as a holiday. And you won't regret it. You will have a lot of fun. All of you, meaning the whole family, you, your wife, your son. And if you have grandparents, please bring them along also.
Thank you. Thank you. Definitely will visit. Thank you.
Sure.
Ratnesh, can I
Right.
say
Sorry.
something?
Yes, yes, yes. Please, Ritu.
Yeah, so actually, I'm not able to get on video right now, but
Sure. No
there's
problem.
this thing
No
I just
problem.
wanted to check with you. One was about this Jagriti program. Like,
Hmm.
how and when does this happen? I think I probably missed that bit if there was in between, I was in between some other work.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
one thing. And another thing I wanted to check is I'm like really liking, whatever you have mentioned about the whole system here. But there
Hmm.
is one concern I have that we are not very happy to let her go to like a residential school.
Sure, 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 sure. We are not asking everybody to join here. Please don't make a join here if you are not ready for it.
No, but then how else can we be part of the system? That's what
That's
is
what
the
I,
thing.
that's the two things that I shared. You start with Jagriti and then you join the deep program. That is where there are already about 30 families there who meet on a weekly basis 3, 4 times. And these are all parents meeting, not children meeting, and they all are
Okay.
thinking and exchanging notes and coming up with a whole lot of abundance of ideas of how they can, work with the child, and also not just work, enjoy with the child. That's more important. Yeah, but I would also suggest first do Jagriti, because that's the game changer. Once you've done Jagriti, then deep program or any other way that you want to connect with us is absolutely um,
So,
welcome.
but you're saying in this case, we would like not send her to any school, but then she's going to be home doing whatever she wishes to do. Is that the
That's
thing?
one option. That's one option. Say again, all options are available to you. She could be going to a school, like somebody else said, dummy school. She could be going to a dummy school if you are very particular about it. Okay. She could be giving exams if you are particular about it. Or she could be just, yes, she could be at home learning, and doing lots and lots and lots of different things. And you will also start enjoying this whole journey with your child. Suddenly the whole, as I said, the whole game changes for us.
Oh,
It was almost similar. My daughter did go to school for a few years. She went till 9 years, which is about fourth standard. So after the fourth
okay,
standard
okay,
we pulled her out, and the first year was like, wow, this is so much more fun. Right, till now what were we doing with our lives? Simply working, working, working. Right, this is so much more fun. Yes, we still have to work, we still have to earn, I'm not denying that, but there is so much more we all can do, not all the time together. Some things I will do with her because I like that thing, some things my wife will do with her because she likes this, and a whole lot of things she will do with a whole lot of different things, different people, sorry, whole lot of different people, age of all
okay,
ages, right from young children to her age children to grandparents of different people, not just her grandparents. So when people
okay,
say, oh, if I'm in homeschooling, what will have to social life? I said, your social life will expand from 0 to 99, because then everybody looks like a resource person, right? You want to
correct,
know
correct.
how to make chana chor garam, go to that, that telewala and do an internship for a week. Wouldn't it be fun? It's mind blowing,
Hmm.
right? So that's the whole
Right.
idea, right? Why isn't the
Okay.
chana chor garam wala, that the guy who drives the cart on the side of the road, considered as a resource person? He's a beautiful resource person. Right? When we
Right.
open ourselves up to like that, then this world is so amazing. Yeah, which is why the Jagriti program. First of all, to open yourselves out to the world, we have to open ourselves from inside as parents first. That's
Absolutely.
that's where the
Yes. Yes.
Jagriti program comes. I'm just posting the link for the Jagriti program. The next batch is in November, 7th
Okay.
November it starts. We typically do 2 to 3 batches in a year. So this year we finished
Okay.
two
How long
batches.
is the program for?
It's 11 sessions, which are
Okay.
spaced 2 sessions in a week. So it spans around 6 weeks, but it's
Okay.
very,
Okay.
very intensive. Yeah,
Okay.
and intensive in the sense that even though the program will end in 11 weeks, the Jagriti will never end. The Jagriti
Okay.
literally means to be awakened, right? To awaken oneself. So the program isn't about any tips or tricks. We wouldn't solve your problems. We'll increase your problems. Definitely, I can guarantee you that, right? We will increase the
Okay.
number of questions that you have. We'll increase your confusion, but we'll expand your whole thinking in so many different, we call it 10x or 20x effect, right? You expand
Okay.
yourself as a parent, and then you start connecting with child 10x ways, because now you're not thinking of child in one way. Now you're thinking of child itself in so many different ways. Yeah, so please
Okay.
check out the Jagriti page, and yeah, that can be one place to start the journey. But the idea is not to get every child inside Aarohi campus. No, 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 no. How is it even practical? And why do we want the child to be away from um, from the family? But there is an option, so let me also share that. So Jagriti, so Arohi. Okay, meanwhile, Sandeep is asking, yeah, it's online. The all the parent programs are online. The children
Okay.
program is in at the campus, that's offline, right? We don't do any children program online, but we do all our
Okay.
parents program online, so that we can reach any parent, whether they are in Indore, Sandeep, or anywhere. Right. So let me once again come back to the thing that so what sorry, I lost kind of thread,
No,
but
no.
what
Campus
I'm
is what actually we were talking about.
yes, yeah, so the
You
way
said
we
you have
work
another thing
at
where you
Arohi,
don't have to come.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
No, 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 no. It's not possible that you don't have to come. Okay. Um, you have to come. The idea is not that the child has to be here all the time. So you
Correct.
can,
Right.
especially if you live in, so for example, for parents who live in Bangalore, the first thing is the child comes on Monday, typically goes back on Friday. Yeah, so the child
Right.
is at home on the weekend. That is one. Number two, any week the child does not want to come, let's say her aunt is visiting, or she wants to travel somewhere, or the family is going somewhere, or there's festival, you decide, you don't come. Any week the child just wants to stay at home, you don't come. And the other way around also, any week you want to come and you also want to be at the campus, we really, really like parents being here, because when you come here, you don't just don't add value to your child, you add value to all the other children and to us adults also. We have
Right.
so much to learn from each other. That's the community. It's not about, it's not like a, it is residential because it is little far from everywhere. It's in a village, so it is residential, and there's a reason for it to be residential, because there's so much learning when we live together. Yeah. When we
Right.
clean the toilets together, when we cook the food together, when we fight over the last bite together, that's when the real learning starts, right? Otherwise, it's all surface, surface, surface. Yeah. Otherwise, it has to be cooked
Right.
in the book. But right now, we don't have to cook anything in the book. It can be cooked in the pan itself.
Right.
So it's very open. We call our campus as O campus, which means open campus. So you plan when you come, you plan when the child is here. Don't be surprised if the child will start saying weekends also I want to stay at campus, because they'll form their own gangs, and they have so many different things that they want to do even on the weekends. Yeah, because we live life 7 days. So all those
Okay.
permutation
Okay.
combinations are open to the family to decide. We don't decide that.
Okay.
Family
Okay.
plans when the child is here, when the child is at home, when the family is here, when the parents are here, when one parent is here, and so on and so forth. And which is why I'm saying come for 1 week, stay with us, then you will get the real idea. Monday to Friday, spend 1 week with us, with the family, then you will
Do you
get
all
the
have
real
like
idea.
a Dussehra vacation as such, or how does it work?
So I will share, let me share the link. Please check that, and you will see the weeks which are open
Okay.
we call them experiencing weeks. Okay. So yeah, please look at that, because offhand I will not be able to answer you which week is available and which week is not available, because I don't remember. Um, so yeah, I will just share with you the link. Yeah, that's the link for the experiencing week. And in that page only, there's a registration form whenever you are ready to visit us. So all the
Okay.
options
Also,
are there. There is a
another thing.
yeah,
Do
yeah.
you all have like a system where, like, it is like in school they have no, like there are these holidays, a set of holidays, or it works differently from that?
Yeah, it
Like you
works
have the set
differently. So
holidays and Christmas holidays.
yeah, so it works differently at the beginning of, so the only thing common is we also start in kind of June, and we end the year, a 1 year cycle in April. But you
Okay.
can join any time of the year. So suppose if you join tomorrow, your year
Hmm.
starts tomorrow. Your year does not start in June. And then like that.
Okay,
So
got
one
you.
year, 1 year is whenever
Okay.
you join. So, but we
Okay.
what we do is everything here is co-created. So children take up all the responsibility. I was giving example of accounts, kitchen, the campus
Hmm.
care, everything the children take care. Right? But we all also, but I'm saying it's all taken up. So even the calendar of the whole year is co-created with the children. So the calendar is already
Okay.
co-created till May of the next year, and it's already available on the
Okay.
website. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
so yeah, the calendar does not exactly work like the school holidays, because we don't try and match with that. But it does work with certain festivals if children want in those festivals to be at home. So then if something is very common and more people want to have holidays, then we tune our calendar according to that. That's why I said it's co-created.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll look at that anyways. And if there's any
Yeah,
questions, I'll get back to you on it.
sure,
Because
sure.
we
So
have that
and
kind of, I think, couple of weeks for Dussehra, right? I was just
mhm.
wondering if we could come over, couple of days at that point. So I'll just check that the calendar
Couple of
and I'll
days
get back.
won't work. It has to be a week. There's no option
Oh, it
of
has to
couple
be a
of
week.
days.
Okay.
Yes, it has to be
Okay.
a Monday to
Okay.
Friday. It has to be a
Okay.
week. and you have
Okay.
to totally soak in. You are not here to do your office work or other works. You are here as another learner. So let's say two of you with your child is coming, let's say three of you. For us, it's not parent and child coming, it's three learners coming. And you
Okay.
will be doing your learning, child will be you may be saying I want to climb a tree, child will be saying I want to write a poetry, whatever. Each one will be doing their own thing. So
Okay.
you will experience as a learner what is it, how is it to be at Aarohi or to be with the child-based education. That is important.
Okay.
Unless you experience it, otherwise from outside it's like saying, "Oh, I think that is swimming." When you jump into the pool and do it. But unless you jump in, you don't know what is
Right,
swimming,
right,
isn't it?
right, right, right. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that works.
So we
Okay, I
want you
will
to,
look at
we
the
want
calendar and get.
we want every family to necessarily experience it and only then decide. Not like based on these talking. We don't like the talking part. We like the experiencing part. That's why we insist on families to come and experience. Whether you join or not is not important. What is important is then you know what is this.
Something like that.
So right now you have only kind of heard it in terms of some words. Yeah, but the
Right,
real experience is coming and staying with us.
right. Then thank you so
And
much.
yeah, most welcome.
Hi, Ratnesh. Is
Yeah.
there any limit on number of students at your campus to stay or anything like that? Cap?
Right now there is a physical cap, but we haven't reached that, so there is nothing really to worry that. Obviously, and once the physical cap reach, we will have to make another building or whatever. We'll have to
Mhm.
look at it that way. Yeah. Right now,
Okay.
it's a small family. Overall, we are a family of around 30-35 families. But at any time at campus, there can be anything from 10, 12 to 20, 25, 30, depending on that particular week. As I was telling the other parent that it's each family is deciding when they are here, when they are not here. So there is no, it's a constant, it's a dynamic kind of a space.
Okay. Okay. And also, typically, this campus stay is for a year, right? That's
Yes,
for
yes,
12
minimum
months.
for a year. Yeah,
Okay.
minimum for a year, because then only we can intensely work with the child. First of all, we have to understand the child. It takes us 3 to 4 months to even observe the child in detail to, start really, really understanding where the child is. So, yeah, yeah, year is minimum. Most children who stay for a year end up staying for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, whatever. And
Okay.
there's on our website, there are a lot of case studies of different children. Uh, yeah, which you can which you can look at. I'll give you that link also for the case studies. So if you want to have a look at what are different parents sharing, thinking, how they have done their journey, because this is not a regular journey that okay, you study for these many years and then you become this. So each
Right.
child has been part of ROE for different number of years, with for different things, and has gone ahead in different way. Yeah. So let me share that, or you can, even if you just go to the website, you will be able to reach that. Let me also share that link. Okay, Ravi saying, oh, there's some typo in. Okay, okay, I'll correct that, Ravi. Thanks for the feedback.
Yeah. Thanks, Ratnesh.
Yeah. Yeah, anybody, if you still have a question, yeah, we normally meet 5 to 6, but today's been a more intense discussion. So if somebody still has a question and may want to quickly ask.
So I just wanted to ask about suppose children want to do anything specialized. Like I see that there are a lot like accounts and other things, but like my daughter is very deeply dedicated to gymnastics. So would is that something that she could do 24/7? So would there
Mm-hmm.
be some kind of facility where she can pursue something like that besides doing everything else that she wants to? That is one. Another thing I also wanted to understand was now, from what I see, she's 10, and I see that
Mm-hmm.
she's very creatively inclined. But you never know, in the future, how when you study different things, you're exposed to different things, you want to do more like say science or physics or chemistry. So how since there is no certification and all that, so suppose the child wants to take up something like that, which I hate to say this, but more academically
Sure.
accepted. Yeah,
Yeah.
so then how does the child go about that? Like, how does the
Yeah, see,
child, I mean,
exactly.
because there are no certifications, right?
Yeah, no. It's not like there are no certification. If a child needs a certification, the child goes for certification. So I'll give you an
Okay.
example. There's a child called Imad. He at 17 suddenly came up with that I want to become a pilot. Right? And well, for he hadn't gone to any school or anything, so he did not have any, any of those things with him. No 10th, no
Mm-hmm.
12th, or nothing. So at 17, he says he wants to become pilot. So we said, okay, find out what all it takes in India to become a pilot. So he did his research. He said, he came back and he said, oh, we have to give 10th and 12th, and after 12th, I need to go into an aviation training kind of a place, right, for X number of years. So we said, okay, so what do you want to do? He said, okay, now I need to give 10th. So he
Okay.
prepared for about what, let's say about 10 months, 9 to 10 months, and he gave his 10th. And then next year he gave his 12th, both through NIOS, because the government
Okay.
provides a beautiful platform for any child to give any examination at any age. It isn't even
Okay.
defined. It has a lower limit, but does not have a higher limit. Even at 56, I can give 10th examination. Right. So there's no age limit to it. Anyway, he gave it at 17, and at 18 he gave the 12th. And meaning he that's another story, that he did not pursue the pilot thing. He
Mm-hmm.
changed his mind by that time, as you were also mentioning how their mind changes, or how they evolve
Yeah.
as individuals, rather. Or even our mind has changed a lot. So many of us who have done whatever as degrees have never really pursued that occupation. Now we are
Correct.
somewhere totally,
Yeah.
totally different. Which is why I find it very funny why we are running behind degrees, because anyway you don't do anything with those degrees. They're lying in the
Right.
in the cupboard just to say that I am M.Com, or I am whatever, and I am whatever. So, anyways, so as I'm saying, if a child is specifically wants a particular degree, then the child goes ahead and gives those exams. But then they are motivated. Yeah, they want
Mm.
to give. In fact, there are so many Imad stories there in the case studies. There's another Tuesha who said that in 5 years in ROE, and I knew that I can crack any examination, and I cracked, and now I'm in a college that I wanted to be. So, so
Okay.
even if they want to be in a college, they can just prepare and give that, because they are already so internally driven. They know what they want. They are responsible. They have understood. We say they've started becoming serious about themselves. That's it. The moment
Mm-hmm.
that they become serious about themselves, our job is over. They take over like nobody's business. So
True that.
that's why I'm saying the whole inner core, that is what needs to
Mm-hmm.
become strong. You know, not the outside things. I don't know why we
Mm-hmm.
need those outside certifications. What really matters is what is my depth of understanding, and my depth of, honing my capabilities in any field.
Mm-hmm. True.
And
True.
that comes from self passion, self motivation, and that it takes time to discover. It's not like your daughter is right now into like 7 days of gymnastics, so she will do that. It same happened my son at 13 and a half. He said, I want to totally do football, 7 days a week, 365 days a week. We said,
Mm.
okay, do that. So from 13 and a half to 18, he just did football, nothing else. 365 days, 7 days a week, only football. And whatever related to football, he'll watch videos, he'll go to gym, he will have a specific diet, all those things which a sports person needs to do. That's all he would do. There was nothing else, no other distractions for him. He won't even come for family vacation. He said, I have no time. I have to play this match, I have to play match. Then
Wow.
after 18, about 18 and a half, one fine, Sunday lunch together, and he announces, I'm quitting football. and he, and by next Monday, which is 8 days later, he's already
Mm-hmm.
diving into another field, because by
Okay.
now he's so meaning you can see the inside is so solid. Now to jump into another field doesn't take anything. There's no fear factor. He is already very ready for it in that sense. He doesn't need to become only in the football field. He can easily shift into any other field wherever I'm drawn towards. And now he's in that field. And now he's around 20. So 2 years later, he's totally into that. So that is the
Okay.
beauty of doing what you like doing. Because when you do what you like doing, and like you said, do it so intensely, it does something to you. It develops you
Yeah.
from inside out. Right. So, like how you said, your daughter likes doing gymnastics. So, let me also answer that question. If a child has a very specific area of interest, obviously, not
Mm-hmm.
everything can be available inside the campus, and it's not even
Right.
practical, right? So,
Yeah.
at some point of time, the child wouldn't reach a stage, depending on where the child is in that particular field, where the child will say, I need to step out and use the whole universe which is designed for me, and I need to go to a
Mm.
particular, let's say, space, a coaching or a mentor or whatever I need. Like
Mm-hmm.
my son went after 14, he went for coaching, football coaching. We
Okay.
obviously the campus couldn't coach him in football, because we don't have
Right.
people. We say we don't need to staff people because children can have thousands of interests and they're all there out there in the world. Just go ahead and use the services of people who are good at something. And then you have so
Mm-hmm.
many choices also. You're not stuck with one choice. You can see which one you wife who have reached that expertise level, coaches, even places, they go out and do that.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think that quite answers my question. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, I think it's already 6:30, so let me pause here. Um, I'm just reminding we meet every Saturday, so you can come back the next Saturday. And if you want to skip the initial or the presentation that I make and you want to directly jump into questions, you're most welcome. If you want to have a one-to-one about your child with us, you're again most welcome. And to connect with us, I put the WhatsApp number, and I'm sure many of you already have that number. Anyways, it's there on the website. So yeah, we can see how we can connect, and depending on what questions you have. And if at all you are interested in you to explore child-based education further, do consider a week's stay at our campus. That will really, really help you to understand it, to experience it. What you decide in future is absolutely your choice. Yeah. So we are there in many forms, and do consider the Jagrati program. Believe me, it will totally open you up. It's a total game changer. It's the way how we look at our children and learning and education, and even the scope of education, how it opens up the whole being. That's what Jagrati is all about. That's why it's called Jagrati. It's like waking us up. So do consider that program. Um, yeah. So let me pause here. Thank you. Thank you for being here today with us, and see you around. Let's stay connected.
Yep.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so
Have a
much.
nice weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.